I was one of three brothers. I had an older brother and a younger one. My younger brother was in the Scouts and rose to a high rank, while my younger brother left the Scouts later. Oddly enough, my parents never forced me to join the Scouts when I was little. I was always considered the oldest, especially when my mom took me to the Explorer competitions. The thing I envied most was the weekend camping trips to the woods. One day I had a simple idea. Why don't we have a backyard camping trip? My friend and I agreed and helped us pitch the tent in the backyard. It was quite large and full of trees, so you really need to be clever. We lit a small fire in the designated fire pit and prepared some marshmallows. My younger brother was with us, but he was too small to sleep in the tent, so my parents took him inside when it got late. My older brother and I went into the tent, got out our Game Boy, and started playing some games before bedtime. After a while, we turned off the elements and went to sleep. And why did I choose a good night's sleep? Maybe because sleeping in my sleeping bag wasn't comfortable for me. After a long time, finally, in the middle of the night, I looked towards the tent and noticed something strange. My older brother wasn't there. He had slept soundly. Maybe he went home because he couldn't sleep. Out of fear, I was alone in the tent. I zipped the tent open a little to get out. But before you use it, look a little outside. And here's something terrifying. There was a man standing near the fire in hell, and he was heading toward the tent. I quickly got out of the tent and went back to my sleeping bag, frozen with fear. After hearing the chair creak near the fire, then I looked the figure's shadow just outside the tent. The tent zipped open forcefully. The zip moved only a little, but there was a small gap at the bottom of the tent. And then, completely, I saw one eye pointing directly at me in the darkness. I triggered a storm that hadn't started at first, but as the clouds began to part further, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I heard the man running quickly across the garden. At that moment, she disappeared from the house after hearing my scream and turned on the garden light. But the man was already gone. I called the police, but they found nothing. After that, something even more terrifying happened. I was at school during recess when a man approached the fence and said to me, "Hi, your name is Chris, right?" When I heard his voice, I froze. It was the same man I had seen outside the tent. I ran quickly to my assigned area, but the man disappeared again. Even today, I still think about that night, and I realize that my life might be over if that man starts coming after me.